everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of my tips and guides. In this episode, I will be going over alchemy and the fundamentals of it. I have switched over to the PC version mainly for my pointer, so you can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm doing it and what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. The first thing I want to make note of is, in order to unlock alchemy, you have to first kill the World 1 boss to get the Desert Topaz and to unlock the portal. And in doing so, you will automatically unlock the skill Alchemy. This cauldron right in front of us is the alchemy skill in its entirety, and I will be going over every single tab and menu that I possibly can. And one last thing before we jump into the cauldron. When you get here on your first character, you will be level 1, and you will notice when you get into the cauldron on the character panel that all of your other characters will be level 0. That is because they have not gotten to the desert. Now if they have gotten to the desert, then they will automatically be level 1. When you first click onto the cauldron, you are met with this screen. Do not be alarmed, there's a lot of things happening right now, but I will walk you through it. And mind you, your screen will not look exactly like this one. You will not have these little Roman numeral bubble things. You will not have this hammer. Your levels will be lower, and you will not have this per hour thing. This right here is your character panel, where all of your characters and their levels will be. Before you assign any of your characters to any cauldrons, you should first find out what they do. The first one is the power cauldron. It focuses on strength and mining. The second one is quick cauldron. It focuses on agility and smithing. The third one, high IQ cauldron, focuses on wisdom and chopping. And the last one is Kazam Cauldron, which focuses on luck, drop rates, and among other things. Now that you know the basics of what each cauldron does, the next part is to start assigning your characters to cauldrons. In doing so, you will start to earn passive experience in alchemy. By this point, it's very easy to start to get confused by things like this tab and just percentages and per hours. Basically, when you assign characters to a cauldron, they will start to earn what I like to call alchemy pips, and when they start earning them, they will earn a certain amount per hour, and when you fill this up, you have a percentage to get one of these bubbles in each cauldron. The only time you can actually start to earn alchemy pips is when you have characters assigned to a specific cauldron. As you get more bubbles, the percentage of getting a new bubble goes down. As you can see, my power cauldron is ready to brew a new bubble. It has a 29% chance to be a new one, so let's see if I get one. And I do. As you can tell, it used up as many as it needed, and it left me with an excess. But you will also notice that this bubble is different than the Roman numeral bubbles. These are called small bubbles, and these are called big bubbles. These big bubbles offer different types of bonuses that can be equipped to your characters. But only the big bubbles can be equipped. When you click on a bubble, you will notice that it can be upgraded via resources. This resource here we will get into later. It is on the second tab under liquids, and it is very useful. Bubbles have different uses and they have different passives. They also require a lot of different resources. So in this next clip, I would like to show you the liquids tab. Here, It also can start to get confusing because there's a cauldron and then there's a shelf with items on the back. When you click on the cauldron, you will notice that it is called water droplets and that you are also allowed to assign characters to it. But it is a little bit different in the fact that you're not collecting alchemy pips. It's more you're collecting more liquid. The special thing about these liquids is that not only are they used as materials in upgrading bubbles, they are also used as currency to buy things from this shelf, which make them very, very important. You will notice down here that when you click on these, you can actually decant what you have already into upgrading your cauldrons. In my opinion, it is very crucial to start getting the cap raised on your water droplets because they are used for universally everything in alchemy, and you will need a lot of it. So if we go back to one of the bubbles, you will notice that you will need water droplets to upgrade it. Liquids are very finite, and you need to wait for them to actually be produced passively. So at this rate, I'm only earning 1.3 per hour. And in order to upgrade this to level 9, you only need 2. So you can see where it will start to take some time to get your upgrades. The next thing I want to show you is the shop. And you will find it on the liquids tab on this shelf. The first thing I want to show you is that it costs liquids to actually purchase things, and it will tell you where it is deposited in. So right here, this first item is called mediocre obols. It will grant you 1 low quality obol. The price does go up on some things, but usually when the shops restock, it usually goes back down. Some things it does not. I don't believe this one goes down. I think it starts off at like 12 or something, and then it goes up to 22, and it has yet to go down for me at least. This next one is weak upgrade stones. I've never needed to use it, so I suggest not buying it. This next one is called distilled water. Do not be confused with the actual water droplets. This is used for crafting and like smithing recipes. It is not considered a liquid. You need liquid to make it. The next one is EXP balloons. This is one that I can confirm when you do pay 15, it will go up, but at restock it will go back down to the normal price of 15. The star book I have yet to get. I have not reached 50 capacity yet, so I don't know what this gives. This gives you 1 gem per purchase. I believe that's getting buffed eventually. This one is a small donation. It says it does not give anything, but I don't know why it would put deposit in chest or items if it didn't actually give anything. I don't know if it's like a chance or something, but this next one I want to show you is a little important because you will notice that there are 2 types of liquids, and you will see a Roman numeral 1 and a Roman numeral 2. These are the water droplets that we are currently making, and these other ones, it says we have 10 of them, but we don't have the cauldron unlocked. I believe this is a bug, and it is to be fixed soon, but as of right now, it acts as if it is unlocked, and it regenerates all the way up to 10, which is the basic cap for each liquid. In order to unlock the second cauldron, you will need to be level 20 alchemy on at least one of your characters, and in another clip I will show you where it says that. This last one is talent point, and again it requires the second one. It gives you a redeemable talent point for your second talent tab, so your warrior, your mage, or your archer tab, and it applies to all of your characters across the board, and it will never reset. So when you unlock it forever, and apparently you can get as many as you want of these. I know this is a bug, but I also suggest spending them, because it seems like a lot of people are right now, and it doesn't seem like people are getting in trouble for it. and this is obviously one of the best things you can buy out of this shop, and it's very cheap. And the price goes up, but at restock it definitely goes back down to 3. Now that we've come to know a little bit about brewing and the liquids tab, I would like to move on to the vials tab. Right here, you will see that it says daily attempts is 3. What does that mean exactly? Well, if we exit out of the cauldron and we go to my bank, and we pick something like a mob drop, like this Megalodon tooth from the Mimics. If we walk in front of the cauldron and we drop it, something will happen, and it says you must roll a 90 plus, and I failed it. So it rolls a dice, and you need to get above a certain number in order for it to unlock the vial. And you only have base 3 attempts each day. You can upgrade it later, and I will show you that later. But if we keep doing it, and hopefully I get it, but I doubt it, what'll happen is, holy crap, I got it. That's a 99. Okay. So if we go back into the cauldron and we go to the vial, hang on, I can't believe I got that shit. But okay, if we go into the cauldron and we go to the vials tab, if we scroll over here, we will notice that I just got it, right? I click on it and it gives you a passive bonus. It says 1% experience for monsters. Okay. It's basically kind of combining brewing bubbles and like liquids where you need liquids to upgrade it and you need other materials. And it's a little fun side activity with alchemy that you kind of just experiment with. If you notice all the drops, these are the vials that I use those materials for. So if you drop copper ore in front of the cauldron, you will get this vial. If you drop oak logs or mushroom spores or thread or any of these, you will unlock those vials. And the farther you go over to the right, the harder it is to unlock them, and the higher number you will need when rolling the dice to actually unlock them, if that makes sense. And mind you, each of these vials offer different passives, just like each bubble. So, brew speed for orange, green, yellow, purple, cauldrons, and so on and so forth. I won't spoil anything, but I was just making that a side note in case anybody may not have understood that. And that's basically vials. It's not as complicated in my opinion as something like liquids or like maybe the brewing bubbles and the percentages and stuff. This next tab is called Pay to Win, but despite the joke, this is where you actually upgrade all of those tabs that I showed you, and this is where you can upgrade your attempts at vials, RNG for the dice to make it not go as low when you actually need a higher number. This shows you at which levels you actually get different liquids at. It shows you the names of things, water droplets, the Kazam cauldron, and it shows you the speed at which you can get those alchemy pips and the price it will cost, the percentage of a new bubble, the boost requirements, which the way I see a boost requirement is when you go to level or upgrade like a bubble, it'll, instead of leveling it once, it has a chance of leveling it twice or 3 times. The capacity and region of your droplets, the alchemy speed per player, or per character I should say, and how much experience they gain passively. If I click out of this, it also shows you the maximum upgrades for each thing. So each speed for each cauldron can be upgraded a maximum of 150 times. Or if you go over to the liquids, it's 100 for region and 80 for capacity. Sigils are coming early December, but I have no clue what they are. I think this is about it, and I think it's time to wrap this up, but if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I thank you for watching, and I hope this really helps you in your alchemy journey. Thank you.